Yeah, we see that.
Like somehow flung around.
It's amazing. Nice work. Major League Baseball players are very envious of you right now.
Yeah. You think we still have enough there?
Well, we can't see the cradle very well, but we are thinking about having you wipe that goober off the end.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Good idea.
35 seconds to hand over, guys.
Copy.
So Scott Kelly getting the call to quickly wipe the goober off of the end of that lubricating tool. A small amount of grease escaped the gun and attached itself to the tool. So Scott Kelly going to clean that up before he goes in to apply some grease to the final latch ball screw, the fourth of four. Meanwhile, Kjell Lindgren still translating along the Destiny laboratory, getting that cable ready. He's moving it towards the forward end cone to plug in, and then he'll be dragging this second cable. It's the white and purple one that provides power over to the node 2 Harmony section, where he has already temporarily stowed the orange one, and where both of these cables will remain at the conclusion of today's spacewalk. And we have another gap now in our video connection to the station. It'll be about 16 minutes until we reacquire a steady video comm with the spacewalking astronauts. In the meantime, though, that voice communication link will still be up, so you'll hear Ground IV here in Houston, Tracy Caldwell Dyson, speaking to the two spacewalking astronauts, Scott Kelly and Kjell Lindgren, right now 5 hours, 23 minutes into this spacewalk today.
Tracy, I don't see a wire tie associated with this purple sensor mark, so I assume that I'm going to use the orange wire tie, undo it, and then use 3 twists to redo it?
Exactly. That's exactly what we want you to do.
Okay, copy. Work.
And Kjell, just a reminder, that'll be the story all the way back to through the whole cable run. You'll just be using the orange wire ties to secure the purple-white cable.
Understood. Thank you.
Scott, say again?
Yeah, that looked pretty good, Tracy. That
Awesome.
looked pretty good. That
Okay.
felt good, looked good. Had more grease coming off.
Okay, so with that, latch 4 is complete?
Yeah, latch 4 is complete.
And so with that, all 4 of the latching ball screws are lubricated. That step complete. So he's at this point finished the rigidizing and the latch screws. Now going to move on to the 8 linear bearing tracks.
Use the wipe to cover the cradle of the BLT.
Yeah. Yeah, and then kind of wrap it up the end.
Yeah.
In the wipe.
You're going to bend the BLT and use the Velcro strap from the wipe or a wire tie to secure the wipe on the BLT. Just make sure there's no exposed grease.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Scott, are you clear of the arm?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to let Christy talk to Kimya, but we're going to have, or I guess you can give Kimya the go for retracting the latches. We won't worry about taking photos.
Okay. Kimya, you got to go to retract the latches.
Okay, understand. Gonna retract the latches. Stand by. Okay, I'm gonna retract latches in 3, 2, 1, now.
Okay.
Good motion.
I see him moving.
Almost halfway. Okay, motor brakes on, retracted.
So right now, 5 hours, 27 minutes and change into today's spacewalk. Originally scheduled again to last just 6.5 hours. So at this point, the team's taking a look at the timeline, looking very likely now that Kjell Lindgren's final task for the day, which was to be the installation of a non-propulsive valve, is going to drop off of the timeline today, just to make sure they have enough time to finish this cable routing task, which Kjell Lindgren now working on the second cable of the day today. And Scott Kelly going to continue on with his work over on the space station's robotic arm, Canadarm2. He's already gone through the first 2 tasks, getting the rigidizing ball screw and the 4 latch screws. Now moving on to the 8 linear bearing tracks, and then having an equalization bracket on there as well. So again, looking like that NPV, that non-propulsive valve task, going to fall off of today's spacewalk as they continue to work through their timeline to try and finish up these last 2 tasks with the Canadarm2 and with the cable routing for Kjell Lindgren. So continuing to follow along, 5 hours, 29 minutes now into spacewalk number 32 for the first for Scott Kelly and Kjell Lindgren.
It doesn't look like it'll fit in here, just with the...
Scott, I don't think the idea was... I don't think it was the idea to put the whole thing in the glove, just the parts that were covered with grease. Make sure those are inside the wipe, and then just bend the BLT as required. Yeah, okay.
Put it in the bag.
Yeah, put the wipe on the end of the cradle, and then fold the rest of the BLT handle.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, I have some big picture words for you when you're ready.
Okay. Okay, ready.
All right. All right, guys.
Ready.
Guys, we're about 5.5 hours into this EVA, and our plan is to have you, Scott, finish up that Lee Lube task. Kjell, we're going to have you complete both the aft and the forward run of that purple-white cable. By then, we'll be around 7 hours. We're going to drop the NPV task. We'll clean up where we are and bring it on in. How's that sound?
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, copy.
Cool.